This afternoon, I was just having some reflection about my grandmother's spirituality and writing down a little bit, and I give the title, The Branches. My grandmother had 8 children, and at the age of 40, she lost her husband with heart attack, and also she lost 2 children in their young age, one around 16 years old and one even younger, one of the twins that she had. And when her husband died, she was a school teacher, but they have also a farming and other things going on. And the oldest daughter was in 7th grade, and she has to, at that time, many years ago, 7th grade is kind of a middle school graduation at that time. So she did not send her back to school, but also to help her. So she continued to be full-time teacher, running a grocery store at home, and also managing the farming, and sent her children for education. My mother was first grader, her brother was like a little bit older, and the rest younger ones. All of them away from home, like 3 hours drive to a city, to convent and boarding houses, and they all were educated. And the second youngest one was 4th grade. And in 1962, the socialism took over our country, and the mission schools were all closed down. So whether you go to government public school, or you go back home, or you follow the missionaries. So my second youngest aunt, who was in 4th grade, left the country with the missionaries and came back to the country after 23 years. And among her 6 children, one became priest, one became a nun. And I was just reflecting, yesterday and today, we heard from St. John Gospel, even the previous day. Yesterday, Jesus said, I am a true vine, and you are the branches. And remain in me, and I will remain in you. And he continued with that theme of remaining in him and in his love. And through the commandments, we can have that deeper relationship with his Heavenly Father. But when I reflected yesterday, when Jesus said, I am a true vine, and when he called himself a true vine, there must be other type of vines. And we know the other type of vine is called a forest vine, where a forest vine can grow on its own without being nurtured or without being disciplined as it wants, climbing on any tree available, and grow very fast, grow tall and fast with a lot of branches and leaves, but they can bear fruits because there is no trimming. And when Jesus said, I am a true vine, simply means a vine that is with intention planted, taking care, nurture, water, trim, or prune. Why? Because the leaves can be overwhelming and take away all the nutrients and water, and the grapes cannot bear big enough or quality grapes because of too many leaves. And I'm just thinking of that and remembering my grandmother and allowing that to happen. At the age of 40, with 6 children, she has to send for education and stay, run the farm and be a teacher and run a grocery store. And that simply is like so different from the forest vine. Forest vine can be wild and big but no fruits. But true vines are trimmed. You have to cut the leaves and unnecessary branching. And my grandmother did that separation from her by doing this to her young children and educating them. Actually, my mother and her 2 sisters became teachers, and my uncle also became teacher. So all of them followed their mother's footsteps. They became teachers. And today, when we see Jesus telling us, as the Father loves me, and I also love you, remain in my love, And I was in 5th grade when my aunt came here for the first time after 23 years. And we were at the railway station and a big crowd waiting for her to come. And she couldn't say a word in Burmese after 23 years because there was no really speaking Burmese. So she saw her mom and she said, how am I supposed to call my mom in Burmese? She even forgot that. But love was there, only physically they were separated and with a greater purpose. And thus this is my simple reflection. In every family, we need a tough leader, a hero. Not a hero like in normal term. We have heroes like those who defend the country, they are heroes. But in our family life, the hero, a kind of hero that we need is who love God deeply and would do the trimming in the family, cut everything that is not going to bear fruits. But so rooted in faith, she was able to do that. Being a single mother, educating them, and even one of them became priest, one of them became a nun. And that is because she's so rooted in our faith and able to understand this is what I need to do for my children. And sometimes we may think that, oh, my family is not like that. We don't have any hero. Then become one. In my family, I can become a hero. So rooted in faith and so able to challenge the children and grandchildren and ask them, this is not helpful. You don't want to be a forest vine. Go any direction, wherever you want. A lot of leaves, a lot of happiness, joy, comfort, but no fruitfulness. Sour grapes, small grapes, useless grapes. We don't want that. But trimming it and rooted with the vine. And thus these branches, all of us as branches, can truly bear fruit.